team signed the ball and wrote a little note for her. So I don't think she knew we were going to do that, no.
Did the match tonight get in the way of your usual Sunday catcher time?
No, because I saw her last night and we made a TikTok before the game, so no.
Mary, what does it say about a place like Nebraska? A player comes back and they get a welcome like that. I mean, Allie's getting a little tearful. What does it mean for a place like Nebraska to do that for former players?
It's special and it's one of a kind. It doesn't happen a lot of places, and I think it's just a great example of like once a Husker, always a Husker, and we're a huge family. It would be very easy. I mean, I've been places where someone comes back and they boo you. Like, that's very common, and so it's so special, and I think it's just a testament to Husker fans and Husker Nation because it truly is a family.
Remember you had one swing in the entire first set and had 9 kills in the second. How were you able to get going more in that second set?
Yeah, I mean, I think like me and Mary were talking about it, like my energy was a little off, and I don't know if that was because I had one set or whatever it was, but I mean, me and Bergen were able to establish the connection better in the second set, so I just don't think there were many opportunities to get me the ball, and we were kind of rolling in the first set, so I don't really think it matters, but I think it definitely helped in the second set for me to get on a roll.
I mean, you had an 8-0 run serving that first set too. Did that help you kind of get in a rhythm maybe?
Yeah, I was just trying to put it in the court, honestly. I just didn't want to miss. I mean, it worked, so I think it helped a little bit.
Was there any flashbacks to Friday night when USC went on that 6-0 run at all, or is that?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think this team does a really good job of like once we play a match, we learn from it and we move on, and so unless it's a good one, then we come back to it if it's good. But I think we do a good job of like, okay, we went 4 with UCLA and we had that run, but we didn't really revert back to it. We just knew we were going to go for it and figure out a way out of it. But we talked about like in those moments, can we get out of it a little bit faster? Can we lean into each other a little bit more? Can we focus on being a good teammate in that moment and just bringing it back to us 6 on the court, whoever's out there at the time, so that we're able to get out of those runs a little bit faster.
USC is one of the best blocking teams in the country at 2.5 blocks the entire match. How were you able to kind of deal with that?
I mean, hit high and hard. It's hard to block you if you're hitting high and hard. But I think going into this match, we knew that our balanced offense was going to put a test to that. And so it was just being us and being Harper and being Merritt. And we knew Bergen was going to get us in good situations and good scenarios and then just doing what we do every single day. And like I've said last time, that's what makes our team so special right now is how balanced we are. It makes it very hard to defend.
Harper, what does it say about just so many different players? Like you didn't have a kill in the first set, but then you finished with more. It's just, how does it say like the diversity of the offense you guys have? How is that so hard to prepare for?
I mean, I think having a balanced attack just makes the team we're playing against think about who's going to get the ball. And I mean, Andy and Becca have been doing great this year, and I think all of us have felt it for Andy because she doesn't get the recognition that she deserves, and I think she's really proving herself this year because she comes in the gym and works her butt off every day and doesn't get the recognition she deserves at all because she's a huge part of our team. So I think just the fact that we can all come in the gym and we play for each other and we all have the same goal at the end of the day, I think that's just what makes us all great. And I mean, the fact that we can all get kills and Bergen has so many options, I think that makes her feel good, and I know that the coaches agree with that and just puts it, I think it just puts us in a good position to win and be successful.
Final questions. Mayor, this is kind of random, but there was a lot of blue ribbons in the hair. Was that like just a team decision or just completely random?
It was for Lexi. I'll keep that within our team, but it was for Lexi and her family.
Harper, how have you seen Bergen improve? She's getting double doubles with Diggs. She's had a couple of big blocks on Friday night too. Mm-hmm. How have you seen her improve defensively?
I mean, I'm just thinking about Bergen's block from against UCLA, but I mean, Bergen's a great player. We all know that, but she comes in the gym and wants to get better, and we all have that trust in her to give us her best every night, and whether it is or it isn't, she's a great teammate, and she's going to put her effort out there no matter what. So I think it's just like a mental thing for her. She wants to get better, and she's going to keep working for that.
All right, thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Allie's outside, and we'll be in here next.
starting lineup introduction for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone saw me cry. That was cool. But yeah, I was just completely overwhelmed with just joy and like so much support. I'm gonna cry again talking about it, but yeah, it's just really great to see everyone, and I'm sorry. But yeah, it was just amazing, and Husker Nation's so sweet, and it means so much to me.
Did you know that they were going to bring you that ball over there?
No, I didn't. That was so cute, and they wrote little notes on it, and it just means the world to me. I love them.
And then during the match, after a kill, I mean, usually whenever it'd be another USC player, there wasn't any applause. When you'd have a kill, there'd be, some applause there
Yeah.
from the crowd. I mean, even when there's a point against the Huskers.
Yeah.
That emotion also get to you as well, or, comfortable and collected out there in the court?
Yeah, I mean, once you get in the game, you kind of got to lock in, but I definitely noticed that, and I just really appreciated it, and yeah, it's just great to have that support all the time.
How difficult was it? I mean, you talked about that emotion before the game, but you came out swinging fairly well and played at a high level. I mean, how did you go about locking in?
Lucky. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we got to do. Stuff happens outside of volleyball, and you just kind of, once it comes to game time, you got to focus. And I think that's something that I've kind of practiced and gotten used to. So, yeah, I think just when it comes down to it, you got to lock in for your team.
Were you surprised at the amount of signs throughout the crowd with your name on them?
Yeah, that was so cute. Like, it made me so emotional just walking in. It was just so many little girls and people just having my back and being so supportive after I transferred. It's just so incredible and, like, unreal.
What does it say about a place like this where, in the era of the transfer portal, if you go back to your old school, sometimes they boo you with that listed. Just what does that say about this place?
Yeah, I mean, they always say there's no place like Nebraska. Everyone's just beyond supportive, and yeah, I think just being here over the years, that's something I've noticed, and it's always been the same, and you don't see that at other schools. And when I transferred, I was like wondering about those things, but I never really realized how much support I was actually going to get. It was overwhelming. Like, I knew they'd be supportive, but I didn't realize how incredible it truly would be, and that just says a lot about the state.
You saw it a little bit last year when your sister played here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, just with the ovation that you got tonight, like what goes through your head? Because it felt like it took forever, just how long people were clapping for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so grateful. Like, I love this program, and I'm just so grateful that I got to be a part of it. Obviously, I still graduated from here, so I'm still always going to be a Husker. But, yeah, I mean, just coming, it feels like home here, and it's something that's really special, and I just love the people here.
What was it like playing here as a visitor after having those fans behind your back the whole time for 3 years?
Yeah, like I said, it felt like home, honestly. Even though I was playing for another team, I never felt uncomfortable or unwelcomed, and that's just something that the state always brings, just so much support.
Were you able go ahead.
Was there anything in town you got to do that you wanted to while you were back? I know it's a short travel time, but
Yeah, I know, we're here for like 24 hours, but yeah, I got to see the friends, and I had dinner with my family, and just got to see a bunch of people I haven't seen in a while, so that was just really amazing.
Were you able to give your teammates an extra little edge on scouting in comparison to Ohio State earlier or in other previous opponents, because you've been with Nebraska's players for the past 3 years in comparison to going up against Ohio State earlier this week? And I was like, yeah, not as much experience knowing exactly how they are as a team.
Yeah, I think obviously it's nice having that experience, especially going against your old team, but I think ultimately we were trying to just focus on ourselves and play our game, and I think that is something that's just most important when you're playing other teams.
Final questions for Allie?
we talked to Lexi earlier last week, and she said that when she watched you play on television, you seemed to be more happy and play with joy too. I mean, is that a correct assessment? Do you feel like you're playing free and enjoying your role with USC?
Yeah, I mean, it's a new opportunity, and obviously being a part of a new program is fun, and I think just both programs I was so grateful to be a part of, and I was just happy both ways. But yeah, for sure.
What went well tonight hitting against your former teammates?
We just kind of ran our system and focused on our game and do what we do every day in practice. West Coast volleyball is very different, so it's a different style for sure, so we kind of focused on that and just played our game, obviously. Losing 3-0 is not the best, but yeah, we're still good. We know what we need to do moving forward, and we're excited.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
See you next.
All right, a couple thoughts. First of all, this was kind of just a weird match to play with Tyler over there and Allie, and you see how close Allie still is to all these guys, and I don't know, it was weird. USC came out, had a great game plan. You saw they were throwing it, and we had a ref tonight that didn't call anything. So, but I thought we did a great job of adjusting. We held them to 0 the last game. So really proud of our team for that, because we don't see that, and there's going to be nights that's going to get called. So really, we did a really good job with that. And, you know, I think getting any win you get 3-0 in the Big Ten is a relief, and it's a great effort because these teams are so good and they're so talented, and so it was a nice job by our team tonight. And our crowd was great tonight. So there was a lot of buzz in the air tonight. You could feel it down there.
You've seen other players, coaches, the ties to the state come back, but with Allie, it felt different. The crowd reaction was a little bit louder, a little bit longer too. I mean, why do you think they had that response to her?
Well, I mean, Allie's, you know, even though she was from Texas, she's a Nebraska girl. I mean, her mom and dad are from Nebraska. Her dad's family farms up in northeast Nebraska, and I mean, she's a Husker, and I think people love watching her play. She did a great job on social media, and then you can see how tight she still is with our players, and so there's just an emotional connection there, and you know, she trained with us all spring, you know, and she's part of our family, and so I think our fans know that, and they rewarded her for that, and I felt bad for her because trying to go through all that and then play, but she played great, so good for her. That's you can't prepare for that. You ain't taking classes to prepare for that kind of moment.
What does that say about this place, where in the era of the transfer portal, some kids go back to where they used to play and they get booed like mercilessly? Just what does that say about this place that no one does that?
It's Nebraska. Everybody, you know, recruits come here and the first thing they say is how nice everybody is. We say our fans are the best fans in college sports. They prove it time and time again, and that's a great example of that. And they gave Tyler a great ovation too. So we just have great fans, and we, you know, seen it over the years a lot, and especially other Nebraska kids that come back on the other teams that didn't transfer from Nebraska. You see it. So they love their Huskers, and they appreciate people from Nebraska and athletes from Nebraska.
Harper had an interesting. She only got one set that entire first set. It was late too. I mean, was that just because she was in the back row for that long service run, or just the opportunities weren't there? What was?
We were feeding our middles and Merritt, so those guys started off really, really well, and and we were passing really good. So I think they just kept. Yeah, she just we never really got out of system and had to set her, and we were setting those other guys in system. Our game plan was to attack certain players on their team, and Bergen did a great job of it tonight.
But is that good to see with that set that she came back in the second set and had 9 kills and really kind of.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
A little more out of system that set too, but to see her respond to that, is that and indicate how good a player she is to take over a match?
Yeah, I had no idea. I just know she passed really well tonight, and she made some great digs later in the match, and I didn't realize that. Wow, that's pretty impressive.
You've been showing Bergen there's spots for her to be more offensive, to tip more and stuff, or is that feel?
We work on it. We talked to her about it, and she's just gotten really good at it. You know, it's confident. When setters are doing that, they're very confident. I'd like to see us pass tighter when we can, when she's up there, so she can do it more. And it's probably something we got to start working on. Like we get so many free balls coming back, we got to ram it up there and let her throw it down, because teams they don't really pay attention to setters, and we don't either. Although we got a great touch on Mia tonight. I think it was Lindsay. She tried to dump, and Mia's a very good attacking setter. And we were right there, so it was either Lindsay or Andy. But yeah, if they're not on you, you got to make them pay. You know, we're trying to one rotation. We're going without a back row attack, so she's got to be able to get kills.
Final questions? Okay, thank you, everyone.
All right, guys, thanks for being here.